Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss an important business operation tool called process flow, also known as a flowchart. In every business, there are different processes that need to be followed in order to achieve a goal. Sometimes these processes can be complex and difficult to understand. That is why tools like process flowcharts are used to make everything clearer, organized, and easy to follow. In this report, we will explain what a process flow is, where it came from, how it works, and how it is applied in real-life business situations.
Definition of tools of process flow. A process flow or flowchart is a visual presentation of a sequence of steps in a process. It is uses different symbols such as arrows, rectangles, and diamonds to show the flow of actions, decisions, and directions. Instead of explaining a process using long paragraph, a flowchart presents it in a diagram form to make it easier to understand. This tool helps individuals and organizations clearly see how tasks move from the beginning up to the end. It is commonly used in a business operations, project management, and even in daily activities to ensure the steps are followed correctly.
Origin and history. The concept of the flowchart started in the early 1920s. It was introduced by Frank Gilbert, and the industrial engineer who studied ways to improve efficiency in the work processes. He used a flowchart to analyze a task and eliminate unnecessary steps, especially in a manufacturing over time. This method became popular and was adopted by the different industries. As a technology developed, flowcharts were also used in computer programming and the system design. Today is considered one of the most basic yet powerful tools in the business operation and problem solving.
What is a tool about process flow? The main purpose of process flow is to simplify the complex processes. It focuses on breaking down tasks into smaller and more manageable steps. By doing this, people can easily understand what is happening at each stage of processes. It also shows how a step is connected and how decisions affect the flow. This tool not only for understanding the processes but also for analyzing and improving them. Businesses use the processes flowchart to identify inefficiencies, reduce errors, and ensure that operations run smoothly.
How does it work? A process flow works by visually organizing steps in a logical sequence. First, you identify the process that you want to study or improve. Second, you list all the steps involved from start to finish. Third, you arrange these steps in order and connect them using arrows to show the direction of the flow. Fourth, you see standard symbols such as an oval for the start and end, a rectangle for a process, and diamond for decision-making points. Finally, you review the flowcharts to ensure that it is accurate, complete, and easy to understand. This structured approach helps in clearly presenting how process operates. So, so a process flow or flowchart is a valuable tool in understanding and improving business operations. It helps simplify complex processes, making them easier to follow and analyze, although it may take time to create and update its benefits in improving efficiency and communication are very important. As future professionals, learning how to use this tool will help us to become more organized, effective, and prepared in handling real-world business situations.
So this is the advantage and disadvantage about process flow. These are several advantages of using a process flow. First, it makes complex processes easier to understand by presenting them visually. Second, it helps identify problems, delays, and unnecessary steps in the processes. Third, it improves communication among team members because everyone can clearly see how the process works. However, there are also some disadvantages. Creating a flowchart can be time consuming, especially for complicated processes. It can also become too complex if there are too many steps involved. Additionally, flowcharts need to be updated regularly whenever there are changes in the processes. Despite these limitations, it is still very useful tool in a business.
Real life example. A simple life example to process the flow ordering in the fast food restaurant. The processes start when the customers place an order. Next, the customer proceed the payment and after that, the order is sent to the kitchen where the staff prepares the food. There may be a decision point of the item is unavailable. When the staff offers is an alternative and once the food is ready, it was served the customer. These step-by-step processes can be easily illustrated using the flowchart making in the clear organized.
Application in a business. In business process, flowchart are widely used to improve operations. Companies use them to analyze workflows, reduce errors, and increase efficiency. For example, in manufacturing, flowchart helps ensure that products are made correctly step by step. In customer service, they guide employees on how to respond to customer concerns. In accounting, they help track financial processes. Flowcharts are also used in supply chain management to monitor the movement of goods. Because of this application, businesses can operate more effectively and achieve better results.
So, so a process flow or flowchart is a valuable tool in understanding and improving business operations. It helps simplify complex processes, making them easier to follow and analyze, although it may take time to create and update its benefits in improving efficiency and communication are very important. As future professionals, learning how to use this tool will help us to become more organized, effective, and prepared in handling real world business situations. So, thank you for listening.